Okay, so let us start with today's class. Welcome everyone to Dr. Joe's reading and writing class. My name is teacher Andrea. Today is Saturday, June 1st, 2024. Today we will focus on a short story, followed by a grammar exercise, then a writing exercise, and then some vocabulary. So let's do a quick recap based on last week's class. So my first question for everyone is, when do we use quotation marks? Does anyone remember when we use quotation marks? What do we put it around in a sentence?
When someone is talking.
Yeah, good job, Ginny. So Ginny says, we can put quotation marks when someone is talking. Awesome. So let us type that out. So first Ginny said this. Ginny, so we can put quotation marks in a sentence when someone is talking. Good job, Ginny. And my next question is, so this was from the story that we read about on quilts. Where can you find a quilt? Can anyone tell me where you can find a quilt?
Walls.
Right, I agree. Walls, what else? Maybe Henry can answer this one as well. Henry, where can you find a quilt?
I'm not sure about it.
Do you remember what a quilt is, Henry?
No.
Quilts are like blankets, right? So they're like blankets made out of a certain type of fabric. So if it's a blanket, where would you find it?
What? Can you repeat that?
If a quilt is a blanket, where would you find these blankets?
What is a blanket? Where do you find a blanket? No, I really don't understand.
So do you know what a blanket is?
Blanket is like, is that a blanket? That kind of blanket?
Like a blanket you have at your house. Maybe you'll sleep with it. Maybe you use it to get comfortable.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
So where would you find a blanket or quilt?
I found a blanket in my house.
Where in your house? On
In
your
my room.
in your
On my
room?
bed.
Right. So we can say walls and beds. Good. So that was Ginny and Henry. Good job, guys. That was great. Did anyone do the homework from last week's class? Can you let me know with a thumbs up or a thumbs down? If you didn't, that's okay. If you did, just let me know. So,
But teacher, I think we can do it now because it's so easy.
it is? Okay, that's great, Jack. So you can partake in it as well. And Ginny also did the homework as well. So Ginny, can I have you tell me what sentence you wrote with quotation marks?
I forgot my sentence.
That's okay if you forgot your sentence. Can you make up a sentence with a quotation mark?
I can make it.
You can make it, Jack? Jack, go ahead.
Only use the quotation mark and only use my my mom say I like the cleaning and new things. I will put new things in my house.
I will
put new things in my house.
Nice. Good job. Things in my house. Good. Awesome. Good job, Jack. So Jack said this one. And then
but your quotation mark is
This way, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Jack. Jenny, did you figure out a sentence that you can make? It doesn't have to be the one that you wrote if you forgot. Can you make a new one? What's your new sentence, Jenny?
My mom said she is going for a holiday tomorrow.
I am going to a holiday tomorrow. Nice. And we say I, right? Because your mom is saying this. Good job. Awesome, Jenny. Henry, are you able to make a sentence with a quotation mark?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I said to my friend, I'm having class now, so I cannot play.
Good. I said to my friend, I am having class right now, so I cannot play. Nice. Good job. Awesome work, everyone. Let's make this smaller. Awesome. Good job, everyone. Nice work with using quotations. Now, let's move on to our short reading today. So before we start, let's do a quick vocab section that you will see these see these words in the story. So can I have Henry, can you read the definition and sentence for the word capital, please?
Yes. Captain.
Capital.
Capital.
Good.
Definition, I'm in an important city in a country or state. Sentence, the capital of United States is Washington, D.C.
Good. Does that make sense, Henry, of what capital means?
Yes.
Good. So capital is some sort of important city or country. So for example, if we think about the capital of the United States, the capital city is Washington, D.C. Awesome. So let's look at the next word. Elizabeth, can you read this slide for me? Elizabeth? Maybe Elizabeth needs a minute. Jenny, could you read this slide for me, please?
Cultural definition. Everything that a large group of people has created over time and now share as music, art, and language is called culture. For example sentence, movies are an important part of American culture.
Good. Good job, Jenny. Jenny, do you understand what culture means?
Yes.
Can you give me an example of something that you do within your culture? Can you give an example, Jenny?
Play music.
Right. Music is something that we do within culture, right? It comes in many different cultures. So really, culture is something specific within a group of people, whether it's some sort of music, art, language, that is all revolved around some sort of culture. Good. Awesome job, guys. Good job, Jenny. Now let's read our story today. So our story is called Santiago. So Santiago is a place in South America. So we're going to learn about this place. Maybe I can have Jack. Can you read the first slide for me, please?
The country of Chile goes down the
country
west
of country of
of-
Chile.
Chile goes down the west side of South America. It is long and thin, about halfway down it between two mountain ranges.
Ranges. Good.
Is the capital city. The city is called San Diego.
Good. Awesome, Jack. Beautiful reading. So, Jack, what country are we reading about?
San Diego, teacher. San Diego is a good city in America.
Right. Good. So you said Santiago is a city, but what country is Santiago in?
Is the capital city
Yep. Capital city of what country? Do you
of
remember? Of the country?
Chile,
Yes, Chile. And where is Chile? What continent?
west side of South America.
Good. Awesome. And what does it look like on the map?
It's long and thin.
Right. And it is halfway between two.
Mountain and ranges.
Awesome. Great job,
And
Jack.
Chile is good at football.
Really? Yes. Like football, like soccer, right? Like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. So that is true. That is true. Good job. Awesome, Jack. Can I have Elizabeth? Are you ready to read this slide for me? Elizabeth, can you read this slide for me, please? Long ago.
Long ago, native people lived in the area where Chile is. Hara, look at the screen. I know. Read first, then later. Long ago. Hara. Here.
Can we see Elizabeth? Long ago.
Long ago. Yeah, just copy can read it first. Then you can drink water. You can quick side. Hara. Elizabeth.
Long ago.
Long ago. Just copycat. Kind of screen. Long ago. Look.
Can you try, Elizabeth? Long. Can you say it for me, Elizabeth? Long ago.
Long ago.
Long ago.
不舒服，等会
Native
mute.
people.
Look at the screen. Just copycat. We can figure out the
Good.
rest.
Lived in.
We lived in.
Lived in
Good. The.
area where trees lives in.
Then.
Comes
Okay.
came there from
Thing.
and
Good.
They took control of
they took control of
the land.
the land.
Good. Santiago.
Santiago was the
First.
first place in the area
Good. Where.
where the Spanish
Settled.
settled down
For.
for a long time. The city grew very, very, very slowly.
Slowly. Good, Elizabeth. Awesome job. So, Elizabeth, who lived in Chile? Do you remember who lived in Chile?
Who?
Native peoples.
Good. And where did they come from, Elizabeth?
Spain.
Good. And where did they take over? What place did they take over?
Santiago.
Good. And this is the first place where the
Spanish
And the Spanish,
settled down.
good. And for a long time, did the city grow fast or did it grow slow?
Low.
Good. Awesome, Elizabeth. Great job. Now let's keep on reading. Can I have Ginny? Can you read this slide for me, please?
But in the 18
Hundreds?
100s,
Mm-hmm.
Chile won its freedom from Spain. Santiago became the new country's capital. After that, more and more landmarks and buildings were built in the city.
Good job, Ginny. So, Ginny, what happened in the 1800s? What happened?
Chile
Mm-hmm.
won its freedom from Spain.
Right. And what was the result of that? What happened to Santiago? It became
Became the new country's capital.
good. And after that, what did more and more came?
Landmarks
Right. And
and buildings.
right, they were built.
Building.
Good, good. Awesome. Good job, Ginny. Can I have Jack? Can you read this slide for me, please?
Today, Santiago is a center of culture in Chile. It has old buildings from when the Spanish ruled Chile. It has markets where people sell their crafts, and it has many libraries and arts museums. These museums show off the work of Chile's artists.
Good job, Jack. So, Jack, what was the center of culture in Chile?
Santiago.
Right. And what were the why were the old buildings important? Where were they from?
From when Spanish ruled Chile.
Right. So when the Spanish ruled Chile, they had these old Spanish buildings, right? And what else does Chile have? It has
lots of arts museum
mhm,
and libraries.
right, libraries. And what are the places where people sell their crafts?
In the art museums.
Not quite close. So the museums is where the artists show their work, but there's a place where people sell their crafts. What place is that called?
Libraries.
Not libraries.
Markets.
Markets, right? So markets are where people sell their crafts. And like you said, there's museums, there's art museums, there's libraries, a lot of places that represent culture. Good. Awesome, Jack. Nice work. So let's see this slide. Can I have Henry? Can you read this slide for me, please?
Santiago also show off the work of Chile. Wait, I have one question.
Yep, go ahead.
I don't think Chile have better soccer. I think it's Brazil and other country active. I know Chile is not good at. I think it's not good at. It's good, but it's not too good about like soccer.
Thank you for sharing, Henry. That's a good
And one
fact.
of my friends is Chile's too.
He's Chilean. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So you left off of shows off work of
Chile's winter.
not winters, writers.
White writer. One famous writer from Chile was
Pablo?
Pablo
Neruda.
Neruda.
Good.
He was from
Famous
famous important potent
poet.
poet
Pablo Neruda
Pablo Neruda stated his
started
careers by writing poems in Santiago's newspaper and magazine. Later, he lived in Santiago.
Good. Awesome, Henry. Good job in reading. So
I have one more question. I'm gonna
Yep.
leave at 9 o'clock.
Yep, that's okay. I remember. Thank you for reminding me, Henry. Just let me know
Bye.
when you need to leave, okay?
Okay.
So Henry, in Santiago, who shows off their work?
The Chile writer
Right. And what is
Pablo I don't know how to say her name. Her name is
Pablo?
so hard to say.
So Pablo? Yeah, so
Pablo.
yeah, what was Pablo known for? He was a
He was a writer.
Right,
Famous writer.
good. And what was he famous for? What kind of writing did he write? He was an important
He was important. He writes newspaper and magazine. Later, he lived in Santiago.
good close. He was an important what? An important poet, right? Do you know what a poet is?
No.
Someone that writes poems,
Oh.
right? So, and does Pablo write poems?
Yes.
Yes. And where did those poems go? They went in the
They went in the newspaper and magazine.
And did he live in Santiago later?
Yes.
Good. Awesome. Jinyi, could you read this last slide for us, please?
Today, people can visit his house in Santiago to learn more about the famous poem.
Good. So where do people visit again, Jinyi? Right, his house in Santiago. And why do they visit there?
To learn more about the famous poem.
Right, and what's a poet again, Jinyi?
It's a people who write poems.
Good, awesome. Nice job, Jinyi. So now let us do some questions. So great job, everyone, in working on the story and reading it. So let's start with our first question.
Teacher.
Yep.
Mhm.
Does anyone have a question? Yep, Jack, go ahead.
I want to answer.
You want to answer the first question, Jack?
Yes.
Okay, so the first question, where is Chile located? Can you answer, Jack?
It's located at South America and it's thin and long.
Good. So Chile
It's located at
South America.
South America and it's very thin and long.
It is very thin and long. Good. That was a great sentence. You can just say is in. Nice. Awesome, Jack. Let's move on to our second question. What is the capital city of Chile?
Santiago.
Right, good job, Jack
Yeah.
and Ginny. So maybe I can write both of you here, Ginny and Jack. The capital city of Chile is Santiago. Nice. Okay, my third question for maybe someone who hasn't answered yet. Who took control of the land in Chile a long time ago? Maybe Elizabeth can answer this one. Wait, everyone, let's have Elizabeth answer, so don't tell yet. Elizabeth, can you answer question 3 for me? Do you remember who took control of the land in Chile? Spain, right, good. So Spain took control of the land in Chile. Oops. So Elizabeth said this. Good job, Elizabeth. Now, my fourth question, what can you find in Santiago's markets? Maybe Henry can answer this one. Henry, what can you find in Santiago's markets?
You can find newspaper.
Not quite, not newspapers. It wasn't newspapers. People sell there.
People sells their careful
Crafts,
caps
right?
and many like art.
Close. So the libraries, so art is part of the museums. Libraries is also separate, but the crafts is specific to markets. So that's what you said before. So we can write that. You can find crafts that people sell at markets. Good job. And my last question for everyone is, who was Pablo Neruda?
A very famous
A famous writer.
Yeah, that's right. Both of you got it. So Jack and Ginny. Pablo was, or we can say Pablo Neruda was a famous writer. And what kind of writer was he? Does anyone remember?
Santiago.
Okay, it's close. So remember he wrote certain types of writing like poems. What do you call a person who writes poems?
Poet.
A poet, yes. We can say a writer, specifically a poet. Good job, everyone. Awesome work. Great job. Now, let's move on to our grammar and writing exercise. So today we'll be focusing on commas. So let's read this slide and see how we can use commas. Can I have Jack, can you read this slide for me, please?
commas. We use comma to set off introduction words and clauses. Yes, I love to go to the beach with my family. 2, to separate items in a list. Items in a list. My favorite animals are bears, tigers, and dogs. In compound sentence. Santiago is the capital city of Chile, and it has many museums and old buildings. 4, in dates. Sophia, are you
Sophie.
going to
You got it right. It's Sophie.
Are you going to take boat
Ballet.
ballet again next year. 5. With quotation marks and in various other instances. He said, I'm not going to lose my game today.
Good, awesome, Jack. So Jack, we've learned that we can use comma in 5 different ways. So everyone, in the first way, we said we can do it for introduction or introductory words and clauses. So Jack, where do you see the comma in this sentence?
At there. Yes.
Yeah, right after yes. So if we have an introduction word like yes or no, we want to put a comma right after. So, and then a clause or a complete thought happens after. So let's highlight that. So if we say yes, comma, I love to go to the beach with my family, right? Let's look at the second sentence. So we said two separate items on the list. Where do you see the commas, Jack, in the second sentence?
As bear after bears and after tigers.
Right, because we're saying we're listing our favorite animals. And how many animals do we list here, Jack? What animals do we see?
Bears, tigers, and dogs.
Right, so we have to put a comma in between. So bears, tigers, and dogs. So this is our list.
A teacher. I think after tigers, I think we didn't need a comma.
We do need a comma in this instance because each item is separate. So that's why we have to put comma after tigers as well.
Oh.
So let's remember that, okay? So if we
Okay.
have a list and we have separate items, so bears its own thing, tigers is its own thing, and dogs are its own thing, we have to put comma within that list. Okay, everyone? And then the third type of way we can use it is in compound sentences. So if we have a long sentence and it has more than one idea, we want to put a comma. So in this sentence, where do you see the comma, Jack?
After chili.
Right, so after Chile. So Santiago is the capital city of Chile. That's one idea. And it has many museums and old buildings. That's our second idea. So we have 2 ideas in one sentence. So we have to use a comma here.
So
Here,
people don't think this idea is that idea.
right, we don't want it to be a run-on sentence, right? We want it to be showing that this is a compound sentence, right? In dates, Sophie, are you going to... This one is not correct. It should be here. Sophie, are you going to the ballet? Sophie, are you going to the ballet again next year? Maybe we can change this. So we can say in dates. Actually, no, we can keep that sentence. But I think a better sentence will show, are you going to the ballet again next year? So this comma should be here. And this is describing dates. So if we have a particular date or time, we want to put a comma before that. And lastly, we also talked about quotation marks in the last lesson. So here we want to put a comma before the quotation mark. So he said, comma, I'm not going to lose my game today. So that's why we have to put a quotation here. A comma here. So again, we can put comma for introduction words within a list in a compound sentence for a date and before quotation marks. Does that make sense to everyone? Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so let's do practice. It'll be more clear when we do practice. So let's start off with the first sentence. Ginny, could you read the first sentence for me, please?
Tom, Kevin, and Abby all study
Volcanoes.
volcanoes last year.
Good. And where do you think we should put the comma, Ginny?
In fact, last year.
Last year, good. And where
Mm.
else do you see we should put comma? What do you notice? Do you see this part?
Yes, put the comma behind Abby.
Right? Not quite. So we can put a comma in after Tom, Kevin, and Abby, right? Because this is what? This is a list, right, Ginny?
Yes.
Good. And then you also told me put a comma here because this is a
Yeah.
year. So it's time and some sort of date. Good. Awesome. Good job, Ginny. Let's do the second one. Elizabeth, can you read this sentence for me? Elizabeth?
No, I did.
Elizabeth, can you read this sentence for me?
No.
No, I do not want to
Order,
order a
You're
Pur-
right.
purple, unicorn,
unicorn
Four.
for
Look at screen, not me. Her.
her birthday.
Good, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, where should we put our comma?
Where? Where? You can answer after no or before.
Afternoon.
Right. So we want to put it after no because it's an introduction word, right, Elizabeth?
Right.
Look at
Good.
it.
So we want to say, no, I did not want to order a purple unicorn for her birthday. Awesome. Good job, Elizabeth. Let's do number 3. So number 3 says, Mrs. Smith, did you say you ate pizza for dinner yesterday? So where would we put the comma? Let me ask Henry, where would we put the comma in number 3? Henry?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Which question?
Number 3, Mrs. Smith, did you say you ate pizza for dinner yesterday? Where would you put the comma?
Mrs. Smith, do you eat the pizza?
Close. I would stop at Mrs. Smith. So you would say, Mrs. Smith, pause. Did you say you ate the pizza for dinner yesterday, right? Because she's
Yeah.
saying something and we want to put a comma before that. Even though there's no quotations here, it's still we need to put that comma right before she said something. Does that make sense? Good. So let's go on to number 4. My dad had to go to work, visit the library, and buy groceries. Jack, could you help me with number 4? Where would you put the commas for number 4?
Before visit.
Before visit? Yes. Actually, not before visit.
Before visit.
Before, you said before visit. Sorry, I heard after. I made a mistake. Okay, good. So you said to work before visit. Good. Sorry, my mistake. Where else?
Before and.
Good. Good. And why did you put the commas here? This shows a what example is this? It's describing more than one item. What do we call that? A list, right?
Yes.
Good. So we're listing things. So this is where we would put the commas. Nice. Good job. Okay, number 5, we went to visit the park, the museum, and the cinema this weekend. Jinyi, could you help me here? Where would we put the commas here?
After park.
Did you say after the park?
After. Yeah.
Good.
After the museum.
Good. Is that it?
After. Yes.
Good. So you said we went to visit the park, the museum, and the cinema this weekend. And this is describing when we put more than one item together, this is a list, right?
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Nice job. Let's go to number 6. Elizabeth, could you help me with number 6? No, he doesn't have any pets at his house. Where should we put the comma, Elizabeth? Where do you think, Elizabeth?
After the no.
Good. So we say no, he doesn't have any pets at his house. This is introduction word. Nice job, Elizabeth. Number 6, Teresa, your dress looks amazing. Henry, could you help me with this one?
Okay. Here, your dress look amazing. Here, after tea.
After Teresa, good, because it's introduction. Nice. Awesome, Henry. And last, my sister studies math, science, and French at the high school. So which one can we put comma? Who knows?
After studies.
Mm-hmm.
After math. After science.
Right. So we can put it after math, after science, but we don't need to put it after studies because this is the verb, right? So my sister studies what? Math, science, and French at the high school. Does that make sense, Ginny?
Yes.
Good. You got it right. It's just we don't need to put here because it's a verb. Nice. Good job, everyone. So there's extra, but maybe we can do that not now. We can move on to the next exercise. So I'll remove this. Let's go on to our writing exercise. So this is our quote of the day. Jack, can I have you read this quote for me?
I'd rather regret the things I've done than the things I haven't done. What is rather and regret?
Say one more time, Jack.
What is rather and regret mean?
Oh, you said what does rather or regret means, right? So I
Yes.
regret means I wish. I wish. So I wish I did this. I wish I did that, like that. So I wish I went outside today. So regret means wish, to wish. Rather means like or. So I wish I went outside rather than staying inside.
Oh,
This, so I wish I did this, but not this. So this is saying, I rather regret the things I have done than the things I haven't done. So they're saying that I should wish on the things that I have done and not what I haven't done. So I should focus on the things that I have rather than I have not. Does that make
don't
sense,
think-
Jack?
yes, don't think that you cannot do things.
Right. Right. Should we always
you-
focus on the things that we haven't did? So if
Uh,
I'm always focusing on like, oh, I wish I went to the movies, I wish I went to the mall, I wish I did this, and I wish I did that. Does that make sense to always think about the things that you haven't done, Jack?
No,
Why?
because you cannot do all the things.
Right, that's true. Good. And what should we focus on, Jack, instead?
What you are doing now.
Good, awesome. Henry, why do you think this quote is important as well? Why do you think it's important for not to always think about what we haven't done, to think about what we have?
because you feel like you always have something that's never like gonna be. You're gonna be super tired if you're like still doing. No.
Exactly. Good. There's always something that you haven't done yet. There's no point of always thinking about it, right? Good, Henry. Awesome. And Ginny, why do you think this quote is important? Why is it important to focus on what we do right now than not doing? Why is it good to think about
I
what
don't
we... Okay, that's okay. Why do you think it's good to think about what we have done? Like, for example, if I said, I did all of my work today, but I didn't go outside. What is the good thing about that example?
I did done all my homework.
Right. And does it make sense to say like, oh, I'm sad I didn't go outside?
No,
No, why doesn't it make sense? What is the good thing in this situation?
you did done your homework.
Right. And we should focus on the good thing, right? Right. So we should focus on what is good and what we did rather than focusing on what's bad that didn't happen. Good. Elizabeth, why is it important to focus on what we do now? Why do you think, Elizabeth? Elizabeth, do you have an idea?
She's not here. She got the bathroom.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Thank you. So maybe we can go on to the next slide. So here's a book recommendation on living life without regrets. It's a good book. It's called Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. And the book is about, in Where the Wild Things Are, a young boy named Max dresses up in a wolf costume and causes mischief at home, leading to his being sent to his room as punishment. In his room, Max's imagination transforms his surroundings into a mysterious forest inhabited by wild things, fantastical creatures who crown him as their king. Max enjoys ruling over the wild things, but eventually he longs for love and security of home. He returns to his bed where he finds his supper waiting for him still hot. So this is a great book. Again, if you have a library near you or online, feel free to look up Where the Wild Things Are. It is a story and pictures book by Maurice Sendak. So let's read about the author. So this is Maurice Sendak, and he was an American illustrator and author of children's books, renowned for his distinctive illustrations and storytelling. He was born on June 10th of 1928 in Brooklyn, New York, and Sendak's passion for art and literature was sparked early in life. His career spanned over 6 decades, during which he illustrated over 150 books. Sendak's most famous work is Where the Wild Things Are, and has become a timeless classic, celebrated for his imaginative narrative and captivating illustrations. His contribution to children's literature have earned him numerous awards, including the Caldecott Medal and the National Medal of Arts. Maurice Sendak's legacy continues to inspire readers and artists around the world. So he's a great author, and this is a great book. So if you have time, feel free to look into the book. So my question for everyone is today, think about a time when you tried something new. How did it make you feel? Would you rather try new things or have fun and be safe and miss out? Let's change it. Would you rather try new things or not? So again, think about a time when you tried something new and how did it make you feel? Would you rather try new things or not? So just a few sentences, like 1 to 3 sentences about this question. And I want everyone to write it on paper or type it within the chat. And then we'll take it up in a few minutes. Does everyone understand? Yes? Can everyone say yes or no? Who understands the question? Yeah, Henry gave me a thumbs up. Janique gives me a thumbs up.
Yes.
I understand.
Good, good. Awesome. Elizabeth, you
Yeah.
understand?
Dạ thầy,
Yes?
con mute.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. So write 1 to 3 sentences about this question, and we'll take it up in around 3 minutes or so. So everyone, again, good luck, and let me know when you're done.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah, Henry, go ahead.
I need to leave a few minutes earlier.
That's okay. Henry, did you finish your writing?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, can you write this for homework and bring it to me next class?
I don't think I don't have time because I'm like,
Okay, that's okay, but would you be prepared to write, if I ask you this question next week, can you write it for me during class?
think about what if I forgot it?
I'll ask you again.
Okay,
Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye, Henry.
bye.
Bye. Okay, looks like Ginny finished. Thank you, Ginny. So I'm going to put Ginny's work here. Oops, that was wrong slide. So let's see. Okay, let me clear this slide. And Ginny, let me copy your work here. And Ginny, okay. Ginny, can you read to me your work, please? Ginny, are you ready to read?
Yes, because it lets me know what it tastes.
What it tastes like. Good. So Ginny, what did you taste? Ginny, what did you try tasting that's new? You said yes because
I
it let
forgot.
me. It's okay. So you said yes because it lets me know what it tastes like. So maybe we can say, Ginny, what is something new that you tasted before? What is a new food? What is a new food that you tried?
Pizzas,
Say it one more time.
pizzas,
Pizza? Okay, so maybe we can say, I tried a new pizza and I am happy I tried it because it lets me know what it tastes like. Good. So we can put a comma here. That makes sense. Good. So we just needed that extra detail to say what we tasted. But other than that, Ginny, great job in writing the sentence. Awesome work. Jack, did you finish your sentence yet?
No,
No, that's okay. Elizabeth, are you done as well?
but I
Elizabeth, have you finished?
No.
That's okay. We can take a minute or two. Just let me know when you're both done.
I needed to leave at 9 o'clock.
You need to leave at
I
who
got
said who needs to leave at 9 o'clock? Was that Ginny?
Yes.
Ginny, yeah, you can leave, Ginny, if you have to leave at 9 o'clock. Okay, bye, Ginny.
Bye.
Bye. See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Parentheses in this example work really nicely as well. Okay,
Let me know if when you're finished, Elizabeth and Jack.
teacher, how do you write successful?
How to write what, Jack?
Successful.
Successful or acceptable?
Successful.
Successful, S-U-C-C,
C
E,
E
S-S,
um,
F-U-L.
I didn't write it.
You didn't write it? That's
Yeah.
okay. Do you want me to read your work? Do you want to read your work for me and then I can type it out for you?
I need can you say successful another
One more
Uh,
time.
yes, I didn't type it on the
Oh,
chat.
do you want me to type it in the chat? Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'll put it to Jack SUCCESSFU. Here, Jack, I put it in the chat for you.
Okay, thanks.
Elizabeth, are you finished your work?
Yes, you
You mentioned, but this information is not talking about Einstein stepping stones. You don't actually need.
Jack and Elizabeth, do you want to do this work for homework? And you can bring it to me next class. Does that sound okay?
No, teacher, I only have one more sentence.
Okay, Jack, you can finish. Elizabeth, do you want to do this for homework or can you finish right now? Elizabeth,
Teacher, let me see the
the
I
question.
already finished.
You want to finish, Elizabeth?
Well, I said I already finished.
You already finished, Elizabeth? Okay, do you want to read your work for me?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 minute. Sorry, Elizabeth, I didn't know you already finished. Let me try. Okay, Elizabeth, Elizabeth, when you're ready, can you read your work slowly for me?
Create better technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I tried a yeah. I tried a sandwich and then I liked it.
That's it, Elizabeth?
Do this fact and.
Is that it, Elizabeth? Yes, because I tried a sandwich and I liked it. Did you finish your sentence, Elizabeth? That's it?
Yes.
Yes, okay, awesome, good. So you said yes, and we want to put comma here too, because, oh, let's put it green. Because I tried a sandwich. Oops, I spelled which. Comma. And I liked it. Good job, Elizabeth. Awesome work. Elizabeth, you can go.
let
you
me
can-
see.
Oh, sorry. Elizabeth, if you need to go, you can go, okay? I'll see you next week.
I want to see the chat.
Oh, do you want to see the question, Jack?
Yes, question.
Okay.
Would you rather try new things one? Yes.
Elizabeth, do you need to go right now?
Like,
Elizabeth, do you need to leave?
I like to.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Any questions as we wrap up for today?
Because
I will see you all next Saturday.
Finish.
You finished, Jack? Awesome. And you put it within the chat too, so I'll just
Oh.
copy and paste it.
Word is WORLD. I spelled it WORID.
Okay, thank you, Jack. So let me clear this and put Jack and paste. And let's make it a little bit smaller for you. Actually, we'll make it 30. Awesome. And then put times. Okay, and then you said world should be like this. Jack, can you read your work for me, please?
One time, I tried to learn how to ride a bike. I tried lots of time to learn, but I fall down a lot of time. But I successful to learn how to ride the bike. It made me feel very, very happy. Yes, I like to try new things because I can see the world.
Good job, Jack. Amazing work. So you said one time I tried to learn. So learn is EARN. How to ride the bike. And I tried a lot of times. Maybe you can say I tried many times to learn. But I fell, past tense, down a lot of, we can say many times. But I was successful in learning how to ride the bike. It made me feel very happy. Yes, I like to try new things because CAUSE, I can see the world. Good job, Jack. So just a few improvements within spelling and tense, but everything else looks great. Awesome work. Good job, both of you. Good job, Jack, and good job, Elizabeth. So for homework, if you have the time, if not, that's okay. Let us write one sentence with the correct use of commas. So you can write any sentence as long as you write it with the correct use of commas. So you use commas correctly, and please bring homework to next class. Again, this is for practice. If you have the time, feel free to do it. If not, that is okay. Does anyone have any questions? Jack, Elizabeth, do you have any questions? Yes or no?
Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Good, awesome. So I'll see you next week, same time. Bye, Elizabeth. Bye, Jack. Amazing work today.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
我给星期六。
姐姐，你拿的是。